are you going? The known path or your own path? Iona College is where you'll be given the means to dream and find meaning in your dreams. To serve while you learn and learn while you serve. To fight the good fight and to own your path. So, where are you going? Iona College. Learn outside the lines.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to some EGFC SSBU. 8 letters, 10 players, and a whole lot of fun. We've got a whole bunch of schools coming at you, but we are starting off with Iona College versus Rider University. If you don't know who we are by now, I'd be shocked to hear it, but I'm Sepulence, joined by Killa Miles. And Miles, is that, I'm going to call you out straight away, is that a Christmas tree behind you right now?
Yeah, we got a special spring break edition EGF broadcast, but you know, I gotta be all festive, all decorated. Also, it's too much work to take it down. So, hey, it's nice background decoration. And, well, I appreciate the change in decor because these are two teams I'm very familiar with. Iona and Rider opening us up. Coming home from the MAC, well, I'll be honest, they both got eliminated round 1. And even though it was closer on one side than the other, it's still, they're both looking to redeem themselves after that here in this week after the MAC.
Yeah, and I've got to say, you know, Iona did not walk away with fruitless efforts, I believe. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they did win the EGFC, or the MAC Rocket League situation, so Smash, not the best of luck, but the school is coming out strong there that weekend. Now, speaking of starting strong, we've got TLA versus Jackpaws, Pyramithra versus Sonic, and if we're going off of tier lists exclusively, Pyramithra walks away with this one, right? But Sonic players are scary, because if you're still playing Sonic, you've got to have some trick up your sleeve.
Yeah. Well, this landing Flame Nova, that was what I dubbed the Jackpaws special over the weekend. And, well, they love it because it can lead to a shield break, but even if it doesn't, you're still having a long-lasting multi-hit that a lot of characters just don't have the tools to punish.
Yeah, the proper tools just aren't there to find that punish, and that goes a long way. You can rack up a lot of free damage. Speaking of racking up free damage, Jackpaw's trying to get the read on the TLA, but TLA changing up the spacing a little bit, changing up the approach, and that little change can go a long way.
Yeah, and this is a good match that it's going to be played a lot in stray hits. And I feel like if you're going to be sticking to the Pyro, those stray hits are a lot more, but you've got to be wary, because if TLA gets you in the corner, they're going to get the advantage boxing you out.
Yeah, I mean, talking about boxing somebody out there, TLA able to find that first stock off of Jackpaws, and now all of a sudden, this Pyramithra, who was in the lead for quite a while, was falling into a deficit. 110 on the board. And, oh my goodness, what a clean entrance from TLA here. Going to get caught out by that. I believe down air from Jackpaws, and now the pressure is on. I like the distance TLA is attempting to keep, but that only works for so long, Miles.
Yeah, and you've got to be preemptive, I feel like, punishing that Flame Nova or hold shield, but then again, it can lead to a shield break if they time it right. They haven't done it yet, but Jackpaws, the fact that they're able to get that so many times, TLA needs to be preemptive with either a roll or stuffing it out.
Now, all of a sudden, we're seeing TLA kind of give us the Sonic special, leading into those charge moves a little bit more, just trying to catch out some free damage onto Jackpaws' rotations, but that certainly becomes breakable down the line, and I think Jackpaws is going to try to exploit that. However, I think TLA has just been doing a really good job, seeming like they are at least 1 or 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, but even so, it's made up for time and time again by these coverall options. That fully charged Flame Nova across the stage. Wow, with all that rage, you're going to be able to finish the stock. And now, even though you are at a deficit, Jackpaws takes the lead.
Jackpaws takes the lead, but we saw the situation just a few moments ago where there was a lead and then it was lost in the blink of an eye. So let's see if Jackpaws can keep this one. What a spring catch. You are not recovering from that one, my friend. Now 1 stock on the board both ways. We're down to a full and total reset here for the 3rd and final stock.
Like that spring, it's equivalent to a lot of people's falling nairs, except you don't really put yourself at risk going for it. And you can see TLA loves that. If you recover right under, you're going to be punished. As now we're back to this chip game once away. But you can see TLA not overcommitting like they were before, getting clipped by a lot of Mithra's disjointed aerials. But that raw forward smash right there going to even things up. Dropping down with the Flame Nova. Did you go too deep though? Now you got to get off this ledge.
Yeah, that was scary. I thought they had gone a little bit too deep, but they are going to be able to clutch that back out. Goes for the side special, but it's not going to be able to catch that Sonic. He times it out patiently, waits for the time to approach, and now back onto the Mithra. We're getting a lot of swaps back and forth right now. I think Jackboz is just trying to refine that tempo we saw earlier, trying to find those, like you said, all coverage options, because those seem to be the ones to always catch TLA out without fail.
Yes, now take a look at this. Dead even percents right now, but both these characters have no nonsense stuffing out options in the form of this forward smash, and in Jackboz's case especially this Flame Nova. You hit one of those, a forward smash for either of the characters, or, I mean, well, quite a few options for them. It could be bad, but going all the way up with the back air to finish them off. TLA has not gone for that once, so I know they're scouting out Jackboz time and time again when they knock him in the air, and finally they have the information to finish them off with a back air.
I mean, just beautiful there. Like you said, I don't think we saw that back air a single time beforehand, but TLA had that calm, cool, and collected, just calculated down the board. I love the play there. I love the mix-up. I think that just absolutely dominated there against Jackboz at the end.
And you can see towards the end, they weren't getting hit with a lot of what Jackboz was throwing at him.
Right.
Jackboz's Flame Novas at the ledge, I mean, it's like Link up B at the ledge at the beginning of the game. People thought that was such a broken ledge trapping tool. And then people learned how to play around it. It's like, wait, no, that's not as good. But the fact they're able to fall with it and drift with it gives this just a tiny bit of an edge. But TLA can still find ways around that with rolls and preemptive options.
Those preemptive options, I mean, just really can live up to the name. They can go a long way in a situation such as this one. And I've got to say, I love the Sonic Spring kills. I think they're so funny, and I know that people get pretty mad about them because it's one heck of a way to go out, but I truly think it is quite entertaining when Sonic's find those spring traps off the side of stage and take somebody offline. It's just, I think it's a little goofy, and as we know, goofy is my favorite thing to see.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you right there. In general, I feel like Gimps, I understand why they're not respected because it feels so bad to get hit by a Gimp, but also there's a tremendous amount of skill in many Gimps that it's hard to take away everyone's resources off stage without them making a major mistake. That time, I feel like they might have been able to save their jump and save themselves, but based on the fact that they had avoided TLA every single time, I don't blame them for being caught that time. Though, fool them twice, we'll see what I have to say then.
Absolutely. It's definitely a fool me once, fool me twice situation. Now we're getting a bit of a similar run back here. Changing stages, we're going on a small battlefield, so this is going to shake up the blast zones a little bit, I believe, and maybe TLA will be able to utilize them a little bit more off the sides rather than the top.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a lot of unanswered damage right here, Seth. As you can see, they're trying to go for a bunch of anti-airs. Jackboz throwing out up smashes, up tilts, landing nairs, and yet TLA never commits, which is exactly what you need to do, because once you get scooped by Mythra once, it's hard to get back down to that ground. As no shield poke right there.
Yeah, no shield poke breaking through. And I always love that Pyro side special. That is just such a strong ability, and it racks up a lot of damage. However, Jackboz has not been able to land one yet this game. We've got 90% answered only by a 53, and I mean, it's just TLA getting up close and personal as quickly as possible, but also having just a strong enough understanding of the matchup to know when is your time to get in and when you should be trying to get out.
And we can see a lot of this. TLA has not used the forward smash as many as some Sonics I've seen, and the thing, another Spring Gimp. That time a stage spike. Wasn't expecting that one. On PS2, you're not going to get stage spiked, you'll just get gimped.
Yeah, that is just unfortunate. The stage spike to boot. I mean, there was no tech in sight. They weren't able to catch that out. I don't think I expected to get stage spoke. I certainly didn't expect them to, but I mean, now the pressure is going to be going up against Jackboz once again. That first stock down and out feels like we just saw it, and it's already completely taken off the table. TLA, I mean, large and in charge.
Yeah, as you can see, TLA already has Jackboz off stage again. Percents are even, well, past even at this point. You're going to need a serious read here at the ledge. You know that's forward smash, that Flame Nova is coming out here because you want to take this stock as soon as possible. But no, they're going to play this distance game. They're like, TLA, if you want me to play at a range where I can't react, fine. I'm going to be where I can react on the full other side of the stage. But that time, again, that Flame Nova, it's not going to shield break. And TLA is catching on to that. Bumped up into the air. Right there. Ooh. Jackboz getting the juggle after all that, catching that down air, and Jackboz is actually able to get another one as, ooh, little bit of a jolt, little bit of a stutter. Fingers crossed. You can do it, Nintendo Online. I believe in you. I do believe in Nintendo Online. I do. Ooh. All right. Well, as we get this resolved, just gonna be me in here. Looking at how it is, okay, it looks like they're getting confident enough to play. But even so, now you've got to find a way to rack up damage on TLA. And TLA is only giving you like 20% string. So to get them into kill range, you're going to have to win neutral minimum 5 times. Based off of how TLA has been playing, I'm not sure if that's going to be happening as well. I hear a Sep laugh.
Yeah, Jackboz and TLA are actively typing in the captain's chat to discuss if this is good, if they want to go for a reset or not. Both of them putting the controllers down to make sure that this is going to be working out. It looks like they've both called it. They're jumping right back into the swing of things. And TLA coming out strong, Miles. Getting that one stock already down on Jackboz is going to be a 2-1 matchup. And TLA, all of a sudden, the lag has certainly dropped because TLA is not dropping a darn thing.
That was such a tight Sonic combo. I don't usually see them stay that close to their opponent, but I like that up air like millimeters away from the ground. Beautiful stuff right there, but only 22% to boot. But you're going to punish the slight lag on that Pyra down air, and you catch him with the up tilt as well? What can't you do?
Jackboz finally getting us some signs of life. The side special is not going to be able to break that shield anytime soon. TLA not taking a lick of damage, but those all coverage options just falling through time and time again. And it's really interrupting anything TLA tries to bring out. And I think that's the only real way Jackboz is going to be able to win this.
Yeah, you're gonna need a mistake towards the ledge right here, but you might be making a mistake as you try and get off this stage. But that disjoint on the recovery, I hardly ever see that hitbox hit. Good spacing on the preemptive up B by Jackboz.
Yeah, some great spacing indeed, and Jackboz trying to find that second stock, but TLA is not going to let that happen. Takes that third and final stock off the board, and TLA with a 2-0 victory over Jackboz who started off.
It's going to be 5 points total. Not too shabby at all for Rider University to open this up. Looking to get an upset here now. Jackboz, they kept things even in the initial stages, but it felt like TLA just kept getting hotter, and Jackboz stayed at that same level they opened up on. And, well, if one person's adapting and one isn't, you do the math in your head. I mean, that's an unbalanced equation right there.
Without a doubt in my mind. I mean, it is just very truly a game all about adaptation, and if you aren't able to find that time to adapt, things can go south for you. No doubt about it. Rider University starting off very strong. TLA's Sonic, I've got to say, really looking clean. It's the first time I think I've had the opportunity to see it, at least in a while, and it is doing numbers for Rider to start things off. I believe the number is 4, if I'm not mistaken, so I think we're looking at a 4-0 lineup here. So Rider starting strong, but Iona more than enough space to go as far as even taking a lead here, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Iona, they've still got some heavy hitters, some clutch players rounding out the back of their roster. And again, we got to see plenty of them. They do have a rather small roster, at least from what I've seen. Like, they have their starting 5 or starting 3 or so, and then they have a couple other people they like to shuffle in and out from what I've been seeing. Meanwhile, Rider, whew, I haven't seen a ton of Rider in the regular season, but they demonstrated a massive roster at the MAC. I mean, I've got notes on, let's just see here. We got 10 players at least, so they've got enough for 2 rosters. And I'm curious to see who else they would like to put out here as we're getting these player picks in now.
I wonder if it's kind of like they have an A squad and a B squad, but they just kind of move them interchangeably, kind of just like they separated them, 1 through 10, and then they're like, who feels good going into this next game? That is 10 might be, I think, the second largest roster I'm currently aware of. Mississippi, I think, right now has 12 players. There may be even more than 12, but not a lot of schools are repping more than 10 or repping more than 5, let alone bringing 10 to the table.
Yeah, not at all, which, again, very good practice, very good character depth from all of them. I mean, we definitely got to see that. One very fun thing, again, y'all know, I was at the MAC for a little bit, so I got to get an in-depth look at some of the shenanigans. They were in the hotel rooms playing crew battles. It's just like any other Smash Major, coming together, practicing, grinding in these in-between setups. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely. These players are both here to prove something, right? Like you said, neither of them had the best run at MAC, unfortunately, and they're definitely going to want to come back off of that with a win in the books. Ryder trying to start out early. They've got a massive roster, but Iona, like you said, they've got some real heavy hitters in the back half of this lineup, so I wonder if, maybe they lose game 1, maybe even into game 2, but, winning games 3, 4, and 5, that'll put you in the winning position.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like some of the players that we will see get some big points are Moat. I feel like Moat from Iona is one of the most consistent players we have here in the EGF. I mean, Moat can sometimes have trouble getting in, but even online, their Terry punishes are on point. They hit you, 50. They hit you again, 90. They hit you, you're dead. Rinse and repeat. 3 neutral wins. That's all they need. And sometimes if they catch you in the right position, they don't even need that. Like, I've seen down tilt to burning knuckle at ledge kill it like 60. You're just dead at the right percent windows. Yeah,
I was just about to say that same thing. Terry has the opportunity to kill at surprisingly low percents if the combos are set up appropriately. So do we see Moat coming out early here for Iona to try and make up for this missing space? His Ryder is up 5-0 right now. That is very easy. You've got to win with one stock and then 2 stocks, I think. Guys, I'm really bad at math. It's been a long day. Case in point, Iona, they can absolutely clutch this out one way or another. They can tie things up early, but I think the next player is, I just looked at it and then I clicked away. I don't think it is Moat.
No, it's going to be Yalisso coming in right here. Hey, got your name now, my friend. And Yalisso, they were asking me for the moniker. They're like, can I be named the best Mii player in the EGF? And I'm racking my head. There are a couple Mii gunners every now and then, but Yalisso has definitely been the showiest thus far. And I think probably honestly can claim the best of all 3. I mean, Yalisso rocks the sword fighter, the brawler, and the gunner. And even though they were initially way more known for their gunner, their sword fighter has been taking names with their clean and practice confirms.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I've got to say, anybody that has the gusto to bring a Mii of any variety into a competitive lineup earns my respect. That is not something we see often. That is a difficult thing to do, let alone do it well. To walk away with a win off the back of it, like we've seen Yalisso do before, that just floors me. That is incredible. Very rarely, I feel, are we seeing these Mii players come out and perform well. Sometimes we'll see somebody pick one, if their school's up 21-0, right? Somebody brings out a haha Mii brawler, but it's when these people bring it out intentionally with purpose of actually giving it 150% and winning that I'm usually at a loss for words after that because it is just so unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, all of the Miis, it's just like in Smash 4. Like, well, in Smash 4, they were straight up banned because you don't want to deal with that. But in Ultimate, they were kind of all underrated initially. Like, people were like, oh yeah, Mii Swordsman the best because you've got Tornado up air. And then people sort of forgot about them, and slowly but surely these dedicated communities, these character discords start grinding. And now, people are like, okay, yeah, Mii Gunner might have the second best ledge trapping in the game if you play him optimally. Mii Sword Fighter, amazing confirms. Mii Brawler, Esim says he's top 10, I don't believe him. But 920 going to be rocking that Byleth to start out. I'm actually a little bit surprised by this, but up against this, it's going to be a regular old duel.
Yeah, this is going to be Byleth versus Mii Sword Fighter. Definitely going to be an opportunity to kind of bring out the gusto early from Yalisso. And I'm curious to see because I actually don't off the top of my head. I'm going to look it up, but I don't know the Mii Sword Fighter's general weight, so I'm not sure if Byleth can find early confirms.
Yeah, I mean, either way, we have seen Byleth get early confirms on pretty much every character. There's always a way. It's all about your knowledge. Do you know the way? As you're going to be forced into the air once again. 920 is unable to lay a finger right now on Yalisso. And I do want to call this out. Yalisso's movement is what you have to keep an eye on. While they may not have the cleanest confirms all the time, their movement might be one of the best in the EGF.
Yeah, and actually, Mii Sword Fighter on the upper echelon of weight, the 100th heaviest fighter in the game, according to the one search I just did. So weight could be a little bit more of a factor than I had anticipated. But like you said, we're not really worried about weight right now if 920 can not even lay a finger on Yaliso. It's just this zoning, this movement, this spacing that is really giving them a large and in charge feeling here. But 920 able to find a couple of great hits here and there, 91% and counting. But every single hit Yaliso gets right now is just extra credit. And at the end of the day, that extra credit can go miles.
As you can see, you're unable to get in. Every single time Byleth throws out an aerial, it feels like Yaliso drifts away right in there. You have to catch Yaliso on the approach. In order to do that, you need to know when they're going to approach. But hey, you're able to catch them with the up smash right there, stuffing out a short hop. You do that again, maybe you can get this a little more even. As you can see, Yaliso having trouble now landing these hits, but down throw into up air is going to rack up another 25%.
920 able to get a grab off ledge, but immediately Yaliso moves back in, brings out the tornado, and it's just this constant use, this pressure of these projectiles coming out from Yaliso that 920 struggles to get in. Byleth is going to need to get up close and personal, at least a little closer than she's been able to this whole time, to do any real damage against Yaliso, and I think they are fully aware of that fact. I think we're seeing this Mii Sword Fighter play a long-distance game for reasons just like this. They get to rack up so much damage basically for free.
And then every time you go out off stage, you have the chakram. You don't have to put yourself at risk with Byleth's recovery. No, you can just go for a read. If it doesn't hit, you retreat back to stage and you have stage control into these confirmed. The tornado up air once again taking the stock.
Tornado up air, a pretty comfortable kill confirm for Yaliso. I mean, we've seen a couple of other characters in Ultimate as well. It's just a very large coverage option. It goes a long way for damage and knockback as well. 920 goes for a simple move there on platform, just not able to land it, unfortunately. And Yaliso about to take the percent lead once again, already a full stock ahead of what 920 has.
And you can see a lot of rolls being forced out right now from 920, but that's not an option you can rely on too much. As you can see, Yaliso already catching on at kill percent right now. Yaliso looking to more than even up this scoreline as they were getting greedy off stage right there. Now, though, they're just spacing these back airs, waiting for their opportunity to strike.
Yeah, Yaliso, like you said, getting a little bit greedy. I got a little bit worried as well, but now it's going to be that opportunity to strike mid-stage. 920 catches them out, however, 50-something%. Ain't going to kill, but that spike certainly will. 920 did not even see it coming. Yaliso up and over. What comes up must come back down, Miles, and I think 920 just learned that the hard way.
When I saw that kill screen, I was so scared because I saw the down air coming out. Let's see this. Oh, you just barely zoomed by that. Boop.
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
Slamming right down. Oh,
Hitbox diff.
Beautiful stuff right there from Yaliso. Because, again, I talk about these mix-ups all the time. When I say I want you to do this, it's not like I want your entire game plan to revolve around that. No, just show that you have that option in your back pocket. You have up being on the stage. You know that's an option you can go for in those scramble situations.
I'm wondering, in 920, a player I'm not familiar with, I'm frantically like searching through the notes. They've got a pretty large character pool, right? This is one of those players that has quite a few things. I mean, they've written down, you know, we have Joker, K-Rool, Pac-Man. We've got a lot of things that can be brought to the table. So I guess my general question, Miles, is are we going to be seeing Byleth again, do you think? Or do you expect a swap of any variety here?
I feel like you weren't hitting a lot of these stuff Byleth is good for. You're just hitting a lot of space, forward airs, back airs, and I'll be honest, they weren't even able to get the sweet spots because of how Yaliso, like, they would only ever catch Yaliso while they were approaching.
Right.
It was Yaliso who decided when the hits came out. They didn't decide who got the hit. They just decided when the two characters would clash. And because of that, you would always be hitting the weak spot, the shaft of Byleth's spear every single time.
Yeah, and that Byleth, I mean, like I said, right at the very end there, a bit of a hitbox diff as that down air misses, and then they get spiked by the opposing down air. Definitely an unfortunate circumstance, but the character swap, yeah, as expected as it was, is going to happen as well. 920 now on the Lucas. This is going to be an interesting matchup because I don't think Yaliso can zone out a Lucas quite the same way you can a Byleth. Oh yeah, that's already being proven.
Yeah, in general, the thing you've got to look out for Lucas is his disadvantage state. He has nothing to push to, like, say, hey, you get off of me. He falls slow, and he also, I mean, he's pretty floaty. He's easily juggled. That is what you've got to be aware of every time, and that's going to be great for these vertical kill confirms that Yaliso has. Oh, but you don't even need those.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even need the vertical. If you can just find the horizontal 920 boosted into the blast zone there, and that is going to be enough to take that first stock off the line. Only 36% onto Yalisso. And Miles, I think most of that was done in one combo right at the start of the game.
Yeah, it was. As you can see right now, 920 desperate to find one of their starters. Lucas, a formidable combo game of his own, but if you can't get any of these hits, even with your slight disjoints, then what do? As you can see, going for that down air to stuff out an attempt at a juggle, but it's a slow option that might even get beaten out by the disjoint of the sword. That is something we'll have to see as these interactions continue. But 920, they've got to be wary every single time they get knocked up into the air, as now they use that tether to get back to stage.
Back on the stage, they get a little bit of zoning into spike. No way, what a catch from 920 to instantly tie up the stocks here. However, a 90% advantage for Yalisso for the time being, and that really can go a long way. Lucas now 106 triple digits, and I feel like it's not often we're going to see a Lucas live much higher.
They just keep getting slapped, and I love the use of this down tilt occasionally. Not overusing it, that ain't Rob, but you're able to use it to just pressure. That down tilt, it sets up to so much, and it's so fast. Look at it. It's got some sizable end lag on it, but it's still great for confirming into things like up air.
Full Rage Lucas right now should have the opportunity to find quite a few decent strikes at the very least. Might be able to rack up some damage onto Yalisso. That is if you can make it back. Now Lucas and Ness can both bonk off stage and recover, but that simply does not matter. The recovery lands. Yalisso sending 920 right into the stratosphere. Now a full stock advantage once again. And Miles, if Yalisso wins this with 2 stocks, I believe that puts Iona up 6-5.
Oh yeah, and you can tell Yalisso is hungry for that. They're not falling for any of these baits, and as I said, Lucas just doesn't have the aerial drift to contend with the way Yalisso is moving around. I'll be honest, this is the cleanest I've ever seen Yalisso move on the Mii Sword Fighter. It always felt like the Brawler was their the Gunner was their bread and butter, but now they've really come into their own here, pressuring, and then once they get an opening, they get a solid 3-hit combo every time.
Yeah, the movement is impeccable. It really is. We have seen very few mistakes movement-wise, and oftentimes when Yalisso takes damage, it's not really due to their own lack of movement. It's just being caught out by, you know, the opposing abilities. I think the movement goes an insanely long way for a character like Mii Sword Fighter, and talk about movement. I mean, 920's movement just kind of crumbles there.
Yeah, unfortunate misspacing on that up B, and I feel like it was a little bit of the fear factor with Yalisso going off right there. They're like, oh crap, what do I do? And then they're not able to quite get the right angle. Unfortunate. As you can see, this is where Yalisso was getting so many of their bread and butters right there. Just spacing with these back airs, and there's a term for it, and I can't quite remember what it is, but you generally always want to be inputting something right after you finish an action. Sure. Whether it's a dash back, a shield, a spot dodge, or another attack. You want to be doing something, and I feel like that is what Yalisso always does. Yeah,
Yalisso seems to be kind of 10 steps ahead of the game, and it feels like we saw that against not only Byleth, but against that Lucas as well.
As now Yalisso, like we said, putting 6 points on the board. Now Ryder is forced to answer. Where do you get these points though? Because now you're getting into the heavy hitters of Iona. And then that's the scary thing, because okay, I don't want to sit here and rank the players because that never feels good. But I feel like there are some players in terms of points, in terms of regular season differential, that definitely are the anchors on Iona, and we haven't even gotten there yet. So Ryder, now it's time to show what this roster depth has in store for us.
10 players. I mean, somebody's got to be the strongest, right? We're not going to sit here and play hypotheticals, but like you said, there's got to be some real heavy hitters down the line on both sides. Now, Iona, they have a little bit less of that spontaneity factor because there's only 6 of them, I believe. So there's a lot less versatility in terms of, oh, who are they going to bring out? It could be X, Y, or Z. With Iona, it's kind of who comes out next, one of these 4 remaining players, right? And now I've got to say, Iona, they play a lot of, I guess what I'm going to refer to as kind of the meta, so to speak. We're seeing a Captain Falcon, a very strong fighter, a Pikachu, considered S tier by many, Terry and Kazuya. I mean, very consistent, very higher echelon fighters, right? And on the side of Ryder, I don't get that same feel. They definitely bring out more comfort picks. I mean, we're seeing a Mega Man in there somewhere, King DDD, There's what else? I mean, we saw a Sonic already. There's a Kirby listed. So this could come down to comfort picks. This could come down to understanding of the meta and character combat, if you will. But in reality, I think this is going to come down to individual performance the way that the EGFC often does.
As now it's looking like we're going to be seeing Loose Grip come out from Rider University. And based off what I saw from them on the Snake, I believe, when they were in person, definitely a formidable opponent to go up against. They're not going to be easily pushed into a corner, because anytime you get Snake in a juggle situation into a corner, you know that frame 1 combo breaker is going to be coming out. And I feel like we've been having to talk about Hawaii's combo breaker a lot, which is Duck Hunt. Snake does not suffer from Duck Hunt's folly of if you deploy the can, then you can't use it to break the combo. No, Snake can pretty much always pull a grenade.
Yeah, most definitely. And Snake, that's usually the way that Snake players are able to catch out their opponent, is that constant barrage of grenades or C4 or the up smash, or it just can really go a long way. Those projectiles can catch out a lot of players. And I don't believe it was Loose Grip, because again, I don't think I've seen Ryder in quite a while, but there was a Snake player recently who had such strong control of the C4 and just kind of zoning it out, playing it very carefully and just popping it when you get the opportunity, kind of to sneak up on it. And I think it was very smart. People forget about that C4 very often, very quickly.
Yeah, and coming up from Iona, they're going to be mad at me for this one, but it's going to be Chef. And Chef is a newer player who I just have not gotten to see that much.
Right.
Something in my heart is saying Bowser, but I don't think it's actually Bowser. I'm going to have to check in on that now, but they're doing a button check, and going up against a Snake, you're going to want something that is able to really, I guess, break through this wall. I've seen a lot of times Snake get shut down, and you know, weirdly enough, Snake can get shut down by just not approaching. Like, there's a New Jersey player, YouTube man, subscribe to my YouTube man, formerly the Great Gonzalez, literally just does not approach Snake, goes Diddy Kong and just shoots Peanut Gun from across the stage, and knows that Snake can't really do a lot about it.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, Snake can't do a lot from super long distance, especially things that aren't incredibly scripted. A lot of the moves that he can get that far are very easy to negate the damage or just avoid entirely. Examples being just a grenade toss, maybe that side special. Those are two things that can be predicted or read or completely avoided very, very easily. And yeah, playing a long game, like you said, the Peanut Gun, we can see that with a Link maybe, just a lot of arrows and bombs and boomerangs. There's a couple of options there, but as boring as that would be, sometimes we're not here to entertain, right? We're here to win, and canceling out Snake can be difficult. You may have to choose your way through it.
And the one thing is, we now know their character. They're either going to be going Hero or Roy, and I want to believe that they went Roy at the Mac, but I'm not entirely sure. We did see a lot of Roys, and I would personally prefer this Roy a lot more. Not only do you have the disjoint, which on Roy isn't going to be great for hitting Snake without setting off the grenade, but those strong hits, those strong hit back airs, they will break the Cypher at like 25%. Like, they will just cleave through your defenses in a heartbeat. Right. And we'll get to see if that comes out here as, it's gonna be Roy, but this time the King DDD coming out.
I do love me some King DDD, and we're gonna be jumping in to PS2 for the third time in a row, Miles, starting off a series with Pokemon Stadium 2, and that is not a good way to start a series. Already 2 lags back to back, only 7% caught out. I think they're just trying to ride the lag wave, but jumping right back into the swing of things. Already some more. The Gordo catch. I mean, this lag is brutal, Miles. It almost gets Chef killed.
Yeah, this might be that spring break lag, you know? Everyone's back home playing off their own setups, and even though they're all on Ethernet, it can still be difficult because you're not on that textbook good school Wi-Fi as we might have to get a check on this afterwards, but they're both playing through it for the time being, and it's going to be the ledge trapping coming out here. Preemptive option though right there, the up B going to catch you out.
I've got to say, with this much lag, I really want to give an advantage to King DDD. It's always the spammers that work super well on Wi-Fi, right? I mean, that's why the Belmonts are so loved on in the Wi-Fi world, is because they can be played pretty easily no matter how bad somebody's lagging. You just hit that B button over and over. And I think Loose Grip is kind of trying to give us a similar play style. However, Chef doing a really good job, even with all this lag time, just constantly closing that gap between the two of them.
the confidence right there to try and punish neutral getup, but they're able to get rid of that inhale with a dancing blade right there. Great stuff, great spacing by Chef, but they're eventually going to be caught by that forward smash. Not so great spacing.
Yeah, the spacing not fantastic, and it looks like we're going to be seeing, if I'm not mistaken, on Pokemon Stadium 2, you can go a little bit further off to the sides than you can on Battlefield, but with these two, I don't know how necessary that really is. The moment you get Roy far enough, it's almost a guaranteed kill, and DDD, even though he is, on the floatier side, I feel like we're not often seeing DDD players play much further than Loose Grip is now, just right next to that ledge so they can grab it as soon as they have to.
We can see these nairs coming out a lot when they know Loose Grip is going to be thrown out at Gordo at some point. But now the inhale right there. Going to avoid that preemptive down smash, though. And now the percents more or less even right here, but another opportunity. Goes for the Gordo instead this time, but land behind them with a forward tilt. Now it's your turn for the ledge trap. As you can see, Chef just pressures, but unable to find a kill.
Chef doing a great job racking up damage, but those kill confirms are what it's all about. Roy definitely hits like a truck when you get the opportunity to charge his, his charge moves, but you don't see those. Oh, I love the attempt at a parry there, Miles. I think, had that hit, we could have seen Loose Grip flying into the blast zone. Instead, it's Chef going up on that second stock. Oh man.
This is brutal.
Painful.
I thank everyone in the audience for your patience. Like I said, we're just trying to get through this. Everyone's, trying to play on their own switches, and it can be a little difficult at times. As you can see, oh, they're still playing it out. Oh man, these are elite Smash Wi-Fi warriors right here.
No doubt. They've got to be used to it. And oh, that's probably a kill. No, instead it hardly takes him at all. Now the jump into forward air is going to be able to take Loose Grip just a little bit further. This DDD not going down easily. Chef able to rack up a bit more damage. Full rage DDD just waiting for one more decent hit, and Chef could be out of this one.
Oh, is Chef caught by that down smash right there, and now the up smash gonna not miss as well. You can't get that scoop. Finally the forward smash, but you are 2 mistakes away from death. 1 mistake away from death. No, barely able to survive right there, but now no jump. Air dodge in. Is the uppie gonna get you back? Yes, it is. And you're at 0 right there from Loose Grip. Oh, shows that sometimes all you need to do is just be clean in your own recovery.
I think Loose Grip thought they had won already, Miles, to be honest. I think they thought Chef was just gonna fall away from that one. Let's take another look at this. Goes for the recovery out. Oh, looking for the spike perhaps, but that just the DI was not there. No magnet hands in sight, and Chef thanking their lucky stars to walk away with that round win.
And that, my friend, oh, they're just going right back into it. Hello?
They're running it.
It might be just a lag test right there. As they're, I feel like Chef, they lost that one in spirit. And they know that. You can't let yourself get too... Like, we take those, obviously. And the points don't lie. However, as long as Loose Grip doesn't go for a major flex, they still would have had the lead right there. But I feel like Chef is starting to get a little more acclimated to this DDD as time goes on.
Yeah, I think momentum and, what am I trying to think of? Adaptability is really the name of the game. And against the DDD, dude's got massive hurt boxes, and I think Chef can take a huge advantage of that moving forward. But now Loose Grip seems to be playing a little bit adaptability of their own. Very lucky Chef's shield comes out in time to keep them alive off the back half of that forward smash. And speaking of forward, we're going to see Chef sending Loose Grip into that blast zone early on.
And I like... I'm hesitant to say I like it, actually, how many hard committal options Loose Grip is going for. Because it's a lot of things that if they work, and they might work because of the online factor, then they're just dead at 60,
Yeah, most certainly. It's going to be 121 full range Chef. The Gordo, oh, thank your iframes. You're getting away with that one. Goes through the Gordo. Will they do it twice? Unfortunately not. Bounces them up instead of out. Going to be able to up recover through the third one. Loose Grip, even the third time's not the charm with that Gordo attempt. Chef really racking up a lot of extra credit here, Miles. The trade somehow works in Loose Grip's favor, and Chef losing that first stock, but still an 80% advantage.
What we got to remember as DDD at ledge right here is that Roy is also infamous for these early kills. I mean, Royzone, let it rip. Like, you're going to be getting a lot of early kills with any sort of sweet spot connection off the stage.
great opportunity to strike against Loose Grip here. So they're getting a little bit predictable, a little bit playable. We're seeing the Nair, a great coverage option, but only so many times in a row before your opponent really gets to take advantage of that. The combo drops, perhaps due to the Wi-Fi, perhaps due to a misread, but now 110 versus 55, and Loose Grip with a single hit, able to find 20% onto Chef.
Oh, and that's painful when you see the grab coming out and you know it's too late for you. As now, they go for that preemptive up B. It's going to get you back onto stage. Going to avoid that regrab by up being onto stage this time.
Oh!
As that raw forward smash read right there, catching Chef in their own end lag of a forward smash.
Now, you might die to the lag here.
Ooh.
Nope. The recovery has started.
Gritting my teeth right there. Okay, they're able to snap back to ledge. Oh, this is... Both these players have agreed to play in this. But...
Yeah, they've agreed to it, but I feel like maybe they want to change their mind. You can't back out now. You're in too deep. Loose Grip, honestly, I've got to say, seems to have a grip on this Wi-Fi gameplay. Really has not stuttered even a single time due to this style of lag. And I feel like Chef maybe has dropped a couple of small combos here and there, so maybe Loose Grip is just acclimated to this.
Yeah, as, ooh, still not going to find that kill, even when you hit that sweet spot. That there just ain't a kill move. As that second regrab, here comes another one, but just catching them out right at the apex of their jump, that's when they lose the super armor. So good awareness by Chef right there. Preemptive option, what else are you going to get? Looking for this back air right here. Oh, up air instead, just getting a safe juggle. DK can be difficult to catch the landing of, but you can see Chef still confident in that. Up B right off the stage, that down smash gonna do it most likely. Do you have a jump? No, you're gonna make it back to stage. Okay, Chef, another chance right here, but this coverage right here from Loose Grip seems to be too much to handle a lot of the time, as these missed reads, not gonna catch the full hop there.
Finally, that second stock, nope, still might not be taken off of Loose Grip. 180, full rage on both sides. I've got to say both of them probably just one half decent hit from death. And as we wait for the lag to come through once again, it's just playing the long game now.
The very long game.
A very long game. I think it's technically in-game in a little more than 3 minutes. But as we finally break through, maybe it's 8 minutes, maybe 4. But either way, that felt like an eternity, Miles. And either way, that is going to be a victory for Loose Grip there. PS2 starting strong in their favor. And if I'm not mistaken, I've literally lost track. I think that was the first set, the first game. That's our producer, by the way.
That was the second one.
Oh, good.
That was the second one.
I lost track.
As, yeah, we are going to a game 3, most likely. We're going to maybe get a check right here. Yeah, they're both checking on this land, because we may be doing some well, we'll get these checks done, and then we'll figure out what we would be doing. But either way, on paper, I didn't hate how who was it? Loose Grip was adapting to a lot of that. They were just going for their buffered ledge trapping. And I was talking about this with Richter the other night too. Sure. How there are a lot of things you can do where you just buffer the inputs and then you react to what they do and then you punish. But even if you don't get that reaction, the buffered inputs still do a lot of work in preventing many ledge options from coming out.
No doubt, no doubt. The opportunity to kind of find those buffers, find those ledge options could go a really long way. And like you said, we're looking at a stage 3 here. It might be PS2 for a third time because we've seen it twice in a row, I believe, or maybe I have it wrong in my notes. Honestly, y'all, those were so long that I've completely lost all track of space and time. I am simply existing in the world of Smash Ultimate. But either way, DDD, I think, had some great ledge coverage options there. Chef not only kind of fell into them, but also fell into just that lag trap over and over. That lag really became unbearable at a certain point in time. And I hope moving into Game 3, they both say they're on LAN. Hopefully the LAN works a little bit better. But like you mentioned earlier, Miles, sometimes home Wi-Fi just ain't that good. Some of us have people at home that don't really need Wi-Fi. So sometimes they've got those slower plans, and that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll be real with you. That campus Wi-Fi hits different.
It does.
Like, I'm here back at home right now, spring break, Christmas tree and all that, you know. And I will say, the Wi-Fi does not hit as good as it did on campus. There's just, they pay for that good stuff right there, that good connection, which you might not always be getting here as, yeah, everything is getting confirmed right here.
Yeah, we're getting confirmations in from the players right now. That's what we're doing right now, by the way. We're not just stalling for the sake of stalling. We are definitely trying to get confirmation from the players that they are on LAN. If they are, unfortunately, we've just got to roll with it. If they aren't, I think there's some technicalities that can kind of be pulled here if one of the teams felt like it. But if they are both on LAN, then so be it. C'est la vie. We just have to kind of roll through. Wi-Fi is a beast. Truly, it is still an ever-evolving technology that unfortunately we are not in the peak of quite yet, historically speaking. And Miles, I can say, no matter what happens, I am confident that I'm excited for the next series, and I can hope that those players have slightly better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, in general, I'm excited to see all these players again. I mean, unfortunately, especially Ryder, we didn't get to see a lot of. I mean, we saw them on stream, but up against a top-seeded team like that, you don't really get the chance to show everything you're made of. Like, it can get a little unfortunate at times when you train hard, you fight hard, but then right away in round one, you're put up against a beast, and you're not able to quite get through that mayhem. As, yeah, I am happy that Ryder is going to be playing through this. It looks like they just want to play it out right here.
They're just ready to run it, and I can't say I blame them. You know, it is unfortunately just the Wi-Fi warrior. I know that we've had a couple of teams this week in particular just go for the forfeit strategy instead due to the fact they're on spring break and they've got to go home. Some people might not have Wi-Fi at home, so they are just, you know, giving us quite a few forfeits. But we are absolutely grateful that the teams do come through this weekend or this week and play. It definitely means a lot to see them make an appearance. And now we are seeing a swap onto Hero here, Miles. This is something you mentioned at the beginning. You weren't particularly eager to see.
Yes, however, when you're playing more around single hits than you are with any sort of combos, I feel like Hero is definitely the option right there.
Sure.
As with and Oomph, that's an instant shield break. And with the Oomph again, you get 50% off of one attack.
We're lucky now to play Jigglypuff.
Oh, yeah. You can see Loose Grip is now trying to get more in Chef's face because, oh, no, you're not able to hit that famous confirm right there, but the shield pressure with that side beat is still not going to be enough.
Oh, no follow-throughs quite yet. Oh!
Chasing with the magic burst, but no, unfortunate right there. Chef with a lot of preemptive options, and now you're stuck without mana for the time being.
No mana on the board. That was an insanely risky move, but, you know, that could have been very high risk, high reward. Now could be that back air from Loose Grip to take Chef off the left side of the stage. Will the follow-through be there? Is that a stage spike? Yes, but for some reason you go up instead of out, and that gives Loose Grip more than enough time to get back on the stage. Here comes that lag once again, and oh, grab into back throw. Still not going to be able to find that kill confirm.
Yeah, here at this high percent. Oh, the up tilt actually going to catch them out, and now we see the psych up coming out again. You know, Chef loves to play around this, and those specials don't use it up to the best of my knowledge, though. The fact that they lost it, maybe they do. Maybe I'm mistaken, as now the bounce comes out. This I like to see, because now you force DDD to brawl with you, and the hammer just doesn't beat the sword most of the time. You've got to be preemptive just like that.
Oh, going to be great there. And I think it's important to note that Loose Grip plays kind of these close off-ledge styles because PS2 has closer ledge to blast zone distance, and it's going to be super easy for DDD to capitalize off the back of that. You play in the middle, or if you're going from right to left or vice versa, you've got to knock them quite a bit further than if you're just standing there staring, you know, right into that blast zone.
Ooh, and this Reflect has caught Chef time and time again.
Man.
That time it actually leads to the stock being taken, so you've got to be a lot more careful with how you throw out these unreactable options like Sizzle.
I thought that whack was actually going to catch Loose if they waited maybe 1 second longer, but unfortunately you pull it a little bit too early, and that's going to be kind of how it falls apart. 70% of that third stock, and I've got to say, Hero certainly seems to be underperforming in this matchup compared to how Roy was. Just earlier, I mean, last game. Now, okay, I've got to take it back straight away as we are just going to be 1-1 stock on the board. Chef up to 70, Loose Grip now not far behind either.
Ooh. And yeah, it's pretty even right now, Septilence. And Chef, in this last stock, really changed the pace of the game. Before they were playing pretty much, okay, I'm going to get oomph and psych up and blah, 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 blah. And Loose Grip was punishing them every single time. This time, though, they're being a lot more active. They're being a lot more possessed as they get in there and search for these kills. Look at the shield pressure they're doing with this oomph.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I mean, Shep has been in a notable deficit for almost this whole thing, but just like that, Miles, on that third and final stock, the esports factor kicks in and just Shep goes absolutely crazy with it, able to find that third and final stock and put another win in Iona's column.
Yeah, and look at this. They saw the kaboom and they're like, all right, GG's. Like, they were at the perfect distance where it was going to detonate at ledge, and the vacuum was going to pull you in no matter what option you chose. That was checkmate right there.
Kabada bing, kabada boom. You know what I mean? That was just Chef coming in. And I mean, right there, Loose Grip absolutely turns on the gas, completely demolishes the next two stocks on the side of Chef. And I was thinking, oh, DDD's got this in the bag. But whatever just happened on that last stock, Chef really woke up and guaranteed a lead for Iona. Now, again, not a large one, which makes this upcoming series insanely important. But still, a lead is a lead. Nonetheless, I mean, regardless, Iona has found themselves in a winning position, at least for the time being.
That they have, as that kaboom catching at ledge. Again, I was gonna criticize them a little bit for being kind of spell reliant.
Yeah.
If you get my meaning, like they are just very MP, and then they run out. And I was watching them and I'm like, okay, Chef, are you gonna hit them? But then on that last stock, Chef was like, oh wait, yeah, I'm a Roy player and I know how to hit buttons. And they actually got some pretty nice confirms, at least enough to build up the MP necessary for that final ledge track.
Right. And I'm looking now, we've got confirmation that we're going to be getting Lofts on the side of Iona College and Poncho from Rider University. So I'm just taking a quick look at the notes. Poncho, a Cloud player for Rider. And who was the other one? I just read it. It was going to be Lofts, who I don't think we have notes on.
Yeah, they are on this Falco when I last saw them, but they've also got a Roy and Mario, according to what Soy was telling me. And either way, what I do know is, as of the last time we saw them, they were not doing that well online. But a lot has changed. Again, it has been a while since I've last seen Lofts.
Yeah.
And during this latter part of the season, as everyone's gearing up for playoffs, a lot of players who haven't been available are starting to crop up again. And even if they come in and they're 0-4, they're still taking names.
Yep. And Miles, if we get an agreement here from the side of Iona, and I'm going to be waiting on it before I share this neat little fun fact, but we very well may be seeing Pokemon Stadium 2 for the 4th time in a row, but also the 4th series in a row where we're starting with PS2. So every series we have seen so far, I mean all the way back to TLA and Jackboss, every single one has started with PS2. We saw Loose Grip and Chef go PS2 3 times in a row, and now Poncho and Lobs are also starting on Pokemon Stadium 2.
And they make the best game, Sept. I don't know what to tell you.
I love it. It's one of my favorite stages. I really can't be mad about it. Last week, we saw it start or at least, while I was here, we saw it start almost every single series with 2 exceptions. So 8 out of 10. And now we're already seeing it 4 out of the 5 we've got going on in this set so far. And so PS2, we know it, we love it. Widest stage in the game. I mean, there's a great, or widest legal stage, rather. There's so many good opportunities here to play off the sides as well. There's going to be some good moments here for both these teams, and I don't know. If Ryder clutches this out and ties things back up once again, this can absolutely go the Game 5 distance. But if Iona walks away with the win here, then for Ryder to clutch it out, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, and coming out, like you said, Poncho most likely going to be running this Cloud, rather. And I love the Cloud. I love the Cloud in general because it kind of has that Rob factor for me, where Cloud has losing matchups. He has losing matchup where he loses very bad. However, with the right skill, you just sort of make up for those losing matchups. You make up for any of that just because Cloud doesn't lose as bad as some other people. Like, Pikachu versus Game & Watch, that's bad. Cloud versus, I don't know, Pikachu, for example, it's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as it could be.
Definitely. There's more exploitability in that matchup than some may expect. But okay, Cloud versus Mario here. So Lofts, you mentioned, Soy the omnipotent being that he is going to be able to land that prediction as well. It's told us about this Mario, and it's going to be making an appearance. So I guess, Miles, what I'm worried about straight away is Mario needs to get close to deal damage with anything except the neutral B. Ancho's sword is as long as Mario is tall.
Well, as we're seeing right here from Lofts, it does not matter if you can't get in often, because when you do get in, you get minimum 40%.
Right.
That is just the way Mario works. And you hit this Mario shield the wrong way, you're going to get either up beat or up smash. Up B, tied for fastest option out of shield in the game. And beyond just that, you have a lot of kill confirms right at ledge. Up air, forward air, that's true. That's not just a hype flip. That's true if you hit it the right way.
Yeah, true combos are often the most entertaining, so from the spectator viewpoint, that would be quite a sight to behold. Waiting to see some action now as Lofts has a great ledge coverage option onto Cloud, who is by no means notorious for his recovery ability. Magnet Hand's going to be able to save Poncho there on this first stock. Over 100 for the both of them, and they're both going to hit pretty stinking hard.
How is Lofts 0-4 playing like this?
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
This is pretty impressive right here, coming out from Lofts. As you can see, they're getting a lot of opportunities to pressure the shield safely, and they are avoiding any of these laggy kill options. Sure, in the neutral, they're getting beat out by a lot of aerials, but now that you're looking for the kill, they're avoiding any strong hits.
Oh my goodness, that shield just gets smaller and smaller every time, Miles. We see Lofts is going to be able to just fall short of that forward air, which could have been able to knock Poncho off stage. We could have seen a gift come through, but instead, we're back into that ledge trap game. Here comes Lofts once again, looking for the time to strike, grab into, okay, I expected forward throw, but no, down throw into jump into forward air. Oh my goodness, what is going on? This Mario, looking mighty clean tonight. Oh, okay, looking a little rougher.
They got the parry there, but it doesn't get rid of that second projectile. But they do get the tech chase with the down smash. Clean 2-stock lead right here as Loft. That Nair to shield, that ain't gonna be safe at low percents right there. And those little options like that can get you hurt.
I think it's so goofy when somebody lands a grab and then nobody does anything for a second. We just get like that small moment of peace. It makes me giggle every time. I think it's so funny. Now a double back air looks for the forward air, but it's going to fall just a little bit short. Poncho up to 70%. Lofts now up to 45, and that limit fully charged. I think Lofts has to be super careful here because I think Poncho's going to try to go for damage over anything else. Yeah, goes for the damage. They're going to get shielded out right away, and now Lofts remaining in that position of just being in charge.
Once again, you're in that off-stage position.
Oh, no!
And the preemptive up B is going to be caught out by the flood. You know Lofts is the water gun sniper right there, and they're not going to let that drop. And that high up B, I think they thought they might have been too high, but it was still...
That up B was the beginning of B end right there. Let me tell you what, that all fell apart with a single input. And when you're Poncho, there is literally nothing you can do. You just have to ride it out. You've got to take the L on it and look at that series as a GG go next. But Miles, I want to jump back to something you commented on earlier. How is Lofts playing like this? They have not had the easiest season, the easiest split in the EGFC so far, and they go up and they are giving us some top tier Mario gameplay.
Well, the issue with noting down your match differential and not noting down who you went against is that it is possible Lofts is the kind of person who goes in against anchors, who goes in against point getters, and they might not lose, but they prevent an outright loss. They prevent an 8-stock, and so I don't know. It could also just be a very simple scenario of during the school year, they do not have time to play in the EGF. It's little things like that can really trip you up. You just, hey, listen, hey, this goes to all you out there. School goes before Smash every time.
He means it. Absolutely. We back that. The entire EGFC backs that. School is important. And I don't know. I'm thinking, like, Lops, I'm thinking, you know, if they are filling in that anchor position, if they're going up against every week Mr. Man, Bobby Time, you know, Pango, like, those are some of the best players in the EGFC. Those are going to be really hard matchups to win. So there is a very real chance that's exactly what's happening. But now Lops going to find themselves a little bit more in the middle, away from that anchor position. Might be able to put something on the board. And all right, they're already talking in chat. He's down for a PS2 run back. Miles, we may see Pokemon Stadium 2 for the 5th time in a row.
Which, again, if everything good for your character is banned, then you might as well just go neutral. You don't want to go somewhere bad just for the sake of it.
Do you think a stage works better for Cloud, though? Do you think there's something better that they could be bringing out to try and win this matchup? Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. It's Smashville.
Okay.
The curse has been broken. But Miles, let's jump to that question again. Does Smashville work for Cloud?
Oh, I mean, every stage works for Cloud. I feel like, in general, it gives a lot less room to move around, and it gives you a very sizable space to control.
Sure.
You can see that, you called it out right away. The sword makes it very hard for Mario to approach. Control underneath that platform, and it becomes tenfold more difficult. However, you get rid of a lot of good options depending on your positioning, like approaching Fireball into grab, for example. That can be taken away by just positioning under this platform correctly.
Positioning is the name of the game, and we're keeping an eye out now. Poncho versus Lops. Lops is 1 game away from securing a 2-0 victory over Poncho and possibly securing a victory for Iona College, depending on how aggressively that win comes out right here. 50% onto Poncho already. A full limit, very close. Lops taking 40%. And I think that's something important to keep an eye on as well, is Mario, like you mentioned, when he gets in, he has to hit quite a few times to rack up damage. Cloud, a very heavy hitter, especially with that limit available. So Cloud might only have to hit you once or twice to do as much damage as Mario can do in, let's say, 6 or 7 hits.
The issue is, though, those 6 and 7 hits, if you do it right, those are more or less guaranteed. And while online makes it a little bit more of an execution test than not, it is still Mario who gets the edge and damage quite a lot of the time. And when it comes to kills, even though you have those stronger hits, you can see it's getting more and more difficult right here. But the spacing game, they are not in the range of that up smash in the slightest right there.
133 to 119. This feels so okay. I was going to say so reminiscent of the last game, but never mind, because Lops finding that one a lot earlier. I believe they were able to rack up, let's say, about 70% onto Poncho's second stock before losing their first stock. However, Poncho doing a great job right now, catching out a lot of zoning opportunities, making it difficult for Lops to engage. 14% counting. That charge special is not going to be able to make an appearance on that damage quite yet.
Ooh, now here comes big damage right here at the ledge. Up air, forward air. Just like I called out previously, you gotta be aware of that. You get down thrown at ledge, you gotta be dying in sometimes, because otherwise you're just going to die. As that big swing means Loft could just put this in unwinnable territory right here. You gotta be careful, you gotta be aware.
Oh, you gotta be aware, Miles. I think there's so much... There's so little to be said there. You just have to be aware of what's going on around you. And Lops, we talked about them looking good in the previous game. This one, a million times stronger. That was a 3-stock.
Yeah, that... I mean, it's so weird. It feels so even until Lofts gets into the high percents.
Literally.
And then Mario with the rage combos, that is where he gets his mileage. In particular, I want to call out the rising back air, falling up air combos. That has been the bread and butter. And again, speaking of bread and butters, that looks so impressive. And it is. You've got to be aware of when you can hit that. But still, depending on where you space that, that's just true spike.
Yeah, just a true spike and an unavoidable one, unfortunately. Now, Miles with a 3-stock, that really boosts up Iona's lead. And I'm not positive on the numbers here yet. I'm not going to try to do math, as we all know, absolutely not my strong suit, but I think it may be, yeah, okay, that's the confirmation I needed. It is unfortunately not winnable for Ryder. I thought it was going to be 1 or 2 points off, and yeah, it is. Even if Ryder confirms all 8 points on the board, unfortunately, they're still falling too short. Iona College walking away with a victory, but there is a 5th game on the board. We've got confirmation already. We've got Moat coming in next on the side of Iona.
And we've talked a lot about Moat already. Even before Moat made their debut, Moat was the anchor when they went to that overtime set against, it was Manhattan College. But ultimately, Moat fell short against Cross, which, I mean, many people have fallen short against Cross. But even so, it was very difficult. And you can tell Moat is going to be training. They're going to be practicing, making sure they're ready once you're back into this regular season, because you want to get a run back later on.
Right, and we've actually gotten confirmation now that Ryder is bringing out Yoshi Man. The name is not a bait. We have seen Yoshi Man play Yoshi quite a few times, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think now, though. I think they've got a couple pockets as well, right?
Yes, they do. Though I do think we are going to go to a very brief break while we get this match starting out. When we get back, we're going to be finishing off Ryder versus Iona, so don't go anywhere. EGF will be right back.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back for some more EGFC SSBU. I am Septimus, joined by the handsome and talented Killer Miles, and we are bringing you the 5th and final matchup between Rider University and Iona College. Now, the final matchup of this series, but there are, what, Miles, 4 more? 5 more today? There's a lot more, is the point. Miles, jumping in, I believe we have player confirmations already that it's going to be Yoshiman versus Moat, 2 serious powerhouse players.
Yeah, easily 2 of the most consistent. I hesitate to say best because you never know who else is lurking there, but based off of point differential alone, they might just be the best. Coming
Miles,
out here.
They are keeping the curse up and running. All 5 series, I believe, we are starting with Pokemon Stadium 2 as the first stage.
Which, again, there's a reason for that. I go through it every week, but in the end, people are going to use their bans to get rid of stages that are bad for them or good for their opponent. And then at the end, you always run from it, hide from it. You always come back to PS2.
Right, absolutely. So do you think this is the most neutral map in the game? Do you think there's a reason that everybody loves this stage? Do you think it's just because nobody gets a real leg up, or do you think there's another reason?
I think there is. It's pretty easy to reset to neutral here if you get some semblance of stage control because of the 2 platforms. Both people can get on an equal footing pretty easily. And also the size of the stage too, like it's a little bit bigger than some other stages that have this layout. So yeah, overall, many people enjoy it for that, but at the moment you can see trading back and forth. Yoshiman and Moat are scrapping.
Yeah, scrapping up close and personal. No! Oh, that just beyond devastating. Yoshiman early going to get pineappled underneath the stage, and that is not a pineapple you want to be eating, my friend.
As now, here is that Moat consistency I talk about. No matter the delay, no matter the stutters, they are going to get 50% when they touch you with one of their starters. Oh! And when they're feeling particularly bloodthirsty, they'll get even more than that.
Golly, I mean, what a way for Moat to start things off. Catches out 1 stock early, almost already finding the second. I mean, Iona's already got this in the bag, right? But if Moat wants to take this as far as possible, I mean, that could just absolutely be what needs done. Looking to take that second stock now, but Miles, DDD still not going to enter that blast zone quite yet.
Now you can see these anti-airs. Terry not going to have that much trouble landing. And, ooh, actually landing on the stage right there, able to get the shield out. I was worried as that down smash came out. Is now that power dunk, that's going to kill.
That is going to kill. Oh, no, Moat!
Oh, 2 for 2.
2 for 2! Oh my, at least we're tied back up, right? At least things are interesting now. Down to that 3rd and final stock. And Yoshiman, a series that, I mean, it was Moat's to lose, and Moat has now ended up being tied back up 1-to-1 stock.
But now here comes the consistency. Yoshiman going to be playing off pure neutral wins right here, stuffing out your approaches with their slight advantage in disjoint. Meanwhile, Moat right now needs 1 touch to finish your stock, and they're going to get it from that power dunk right there. Moat goes up 1-0.
Oh my goodness. Miles, I think I'm pretty confident in saying this. I think that was the fastest match we have seen today. That was like only a couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, and that was just, I mean, so quick like lightning. I loved what we were seeing there. I do think Yoshiman probably not bringing out DDD again, had I to guess. I think getting Moat down to 1 stock there was luck, if we're being honest. But I'm glad that was so quick. I think that was so entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, with two SDs, you could say it either way, but this is actually why some people have suggested that we favor small battlefield over PS2 because you can get pineappled on PS2. However, I do think it provides some interesting options. Like, you can't just always ride up the stage the same way every single time. It provides some versatility, which I appreciate. Again, PS2, one of my personal faves, as even though stuff like that can happen, like that pineapple right there, getting stuck under the stage, there's still so much versatility to be had on and off the stage as we're getting into the second game now.
Okay, so a swap up on both sides. Not a huge swap from the side of Moat, you know, sticking with one of those fighters, those close combat engagers, swapping to the Ken instead of the Terry. But I'm going to say going from DDD to Yoshi, I think that calls for a drastic change in playstyle. However, with a name like Yoshiman, you've got to assume they know this playstyle well.
However, just because you know it well doesn't mean, oh no! It looks like Moat doesn't know it well, not reacting to that down B. They're gonna get shield broken, but only a down air right there. You probably couldn't get that much more, not without putting yourself at risk to getting focus attack reversal.
Yeah, I think you had to play risk versus reward there, and I think it was important that Yoshiman did not overextend because Ken can take you out, I think, deceivingly early, a lot earlier than people give him credit for. Speaking of early, I mean, we're not really going to get that opportunity. Moat up to 113. Yoshiman just winning the speed battle here.
Yeah, it's these up smashes, these that are really controlling the pace of the game right there, either pressuring on ledge or just straight up finding kills. Because now you get a shield grab right there on that nair, and when you pop right out, that's going to be even more damage right there.
Moat, okay, getting some space, getting some value, able to catch out the jump, 77% onto Yoshiman. And I think a big issue here is Moat really has to change their preferred play style, and I think that's really making this difficult. We saw last game, it was just Moat large and in charge for a majority of the matchup, but now they can play a little bit slower. They have to space a lot better than they were worried about last game, and I think that's putting a couple holes in their plan.
As now these Shoryukens, you're fishing, and finally you connect it, but still at 101%. Not going to be easy right here as Yoshiman touches the ground. Ready to fight, but good use, preemptive option right there. Now a big opportunity right here. Already 45% on the board. One more touch and you could just be dead right now.
Ooh, one more touch indeed. Oh! I guess that was kind of your real only consistent option to get back up, able to go right through it. However, Yoshiman still walking away with that second stock off the board. Looking to take us to a third matchup.
Yeah, as now, I remember that Yoshiman loves to use his egg roll occasionally because a lot of people can't punish it, and you'll just get free damage if it doesn't connect. As once again, they keep going for these charged up smashes anytime, covering that platform beautifully right there. That time though, ooh, you're dodging back through that.
Air dodging through it, a bit of a, I'm not even going to say risky, actually. I'm going to say it was a calculated play. We'll call that one intentional. Now Yoshiman fishing for that neutral B off ledge. That egg can take a whole lot of damage, my friend, and I think Moat learning that the hard way. A great spot dodge from Yoshiman, but you can only dodge so many before you're finally going to bite that bullet. Moat has a lot of space to make up, and we saw them do it once already.
Yeah, dashing around to that on the landing. Now it's the opportunity to shine, trying to go in with these nairs. Ooh, gets a little bit of damage, but it's
what a
hit!
What a hit!
Yeah, that is going to be the finisher right there. Yoshiman ties it up 1-1 after that down B. The Yoshi Bomber finishing off the stock. Let's take a look at another look at this right there. Yep.
I mean, catches out the jump here, just nails it. I mean, has the read, has the download on Moat's primary approach, and it works perfectly. Like you said, taking us all the way to a third matchup between Moat and Yoshiman. It's important to note that, unfortunately, no matter what Yoshiman does here, they're not going to be able to clutch out any kind of win for Ryder, but it's all about the bragging rights to a certain extent, right? To take out a player like Moat, very few can say they've been able to do that, and Yoshiman very close to being one of the few.
And they're showing their consistency on this Yoshi as well. Just full awareness of every single tool in Yoshi's kit. Right. I mean, we saw everything except the egg lay there, and even then, with the amount of grabs they were getting, more or less, you're seeing the egg lay.
And for a third time to really round out. That's the dodge I was talking about when I commented on the quality, and then it kills with the up special, I believe, immediately after.
Look at that. Look at that. It was literally a...
that. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Two whiffs due to hitbox shifting right there.
Hitbox diff. It really do just be like that sometimes. And no surprise to absolutely anybody. We are going right back to our good friend Terry, as Moat was able to win it out with Terry earlier. However, that was against the DDD, not the Yoshi. So this is going to be different, a huge hurtbox difference between DDD and Yoshi.
Ooh, as the crack shoot opens them up a little bit more. This is just going to be scrappy right here. Both people back on their mains for this final match. Moat taking this seriously and getting the anti-air right there. But how are you going to find this kill now? You can see Yoshiman won't put themselves at ledge unless they're putting you off of it.
Yoshiman, that was just, I mean, clean beyond belief. Truly a phenomenal strike coming out from them there. But you need the appropriate follow-ups. Moat up to 30% on that second stock. And I said this about some players occasionally. If Yoshiman's Yoshi looks like this, why are you ever playing anything else? I mean, this is so consistent. Yoshi, an incredibly strong character, at least I believe so, and Yoshiman absolutely has the download on it. You've got to wonder why even try to bring somebody else out.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. As you can see, I mean, sometimes you're already down in the dust. You might as well just play, get some practice on another character.
Sure.
Or I think they might have been assuming the connection might have been bad with the DDD. I mean,
yeah,
I
fair
don't
enough
for that at all.
Can't say I blame them the slightest. That is a very real possibility. As they were trying to read the lag, but looks like since that really rough series between Loose Grip and Chef, we've been pretty good with our Wi-Fi here so far. Yoshiman actually about to lose the lead for the first time in a long time, Miles. However, PS2 longest legal stage, and I think Moat learning that the hard way, not able to find that from onto Yoshiman, and now falling into a one-stock deficit.
Oof. And you can see a lot of these little bits of chip damage, but it's going to be even right here going into the final hit. I say even because if Moat connects even one move, it's going to be far more than 30%. Though,
on the nose almost. Almost exactly 30% put on the table, but now with a very slight difference between the two of them. We'll have to keep an eye out and see if Yoshiman, yep, I was going to say, goes for that down aerial. That down attack can really add up a lot. We've seen quite a few kill confirms with it as well, and if it ain't broke.
Yoshiman is so good at catching these landings. You've got to be aware, anytime Moat tries to land on stage, it could just be their death. Right there, as they're caught by the up smash, Yoshiman finishes them off, gets a win for Ryder, and even though Ryder will not win, they still get some more points on the board to finish that off. Looks like a far more even game.
I mean, they were looking to go out with a bang instead of a whimper, and they certainly did so. Yoshiman, what a way to end out a series. And like Miles mentioned, unfortunately, that doesn't secure them a win here tonight, but that is something they can take moving forward. I also think this is a great entire series to go back and VOD review, because I think a lot of the games were insanely close, came down to a couple of moves here and there. Maybe not Loose Grip and Chef just due to that lag. It was very hard for them to genuinely play the game, but I think in reality it is just a great series to look back on.
Yeah, some very nice stuff right here coming out from the two anchors for Iona and Ryder, but ultimately Yoshiman showing their consistency a little bit more against one of the most consistent players in the league. And again, want to call out those landings again and again and again. Yoshiman is ready to hammer home all of those points and get that win on the board. Now we're checking in to see. We're getting this interview right here. Yeah, we're going to get Yalisso coming in here for an interview, so stick around with EGF. We will be right back with an interview with Yalisso.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We are here at the end of the Iona College versus Rider University matchup. Iona taking it by storm. We are here with the Mii master themselves, Yalisso. So, Yalisso, my first question for you, and we did talk about it a little bit during that break, but I had you listed in my notes as a Mii gunner player. So recently, you've been bringing out this Mii sword fighter a lot more often. Is that something we can expect to see further down the line?
Yeah, definitely. When I play online, I usually favor sword fighter and gunner. Gunner because of my movement, and I think sword fighter more or less because he's I'd say a reliable character with for different matchups. Like if I need to attack more, I can attack more, or if I need to stay back and shoot tornadoes, I can do that with sword fighter.
Yeah, and that definitely shows that sort of versatility in terms of character selection. And one thing I, again, wanted to call out, you are known throughout the league for your movement. And I know a lot of that is just muscle memory. You're not thinking while you're moving. But can I ask how you got to that point where movement is just natural like that?
So for me, guides, especially when Ultimate first came out, they were rare to find. So I actually found out about that movement from a Mii gunner player I saw on Instagram. I saw it, and pretty much I just kept practicing it online until it just became like muscle memory for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that goes to show you can really learn anything anywhere if you look hard enough.
Yeah, especially for Mii's, I take my guides where I can get them. Anything I can learn, I try to learn.
Yeah, so I was actually going to ask that as well. The Mii's, certainly nobody's S-tier kind of rankings, not a characters I feel we see very often. So is there something particular that kind of drew you into them? Did it start as a meme and you just kind of followed through, or is this just what you've always been running?
I've been playing the Mii's pretty much since Ultimate, not as soon as Ultimate came out, a little after, because I was more or less a casual player when it came out, and I tried out different mains. But I guess what drew me into the Mii's was the fact that I could make the character my own. Like, I can be creative with them and just make the character how I see fit. And over time, I just really enjoyed enjoyed their gameplay.
Most definitely. And, so we've got to let you go soon so we can get our next series set up. But I just wanted to ask, is there anybody you'd like to give a general thank you or just a shout out to while you're here in the interview?
I just want to give a shout out to my team. Lofts was playing out of his mind today. Absolutely. I am proud of him. Yeah. I am proud of him, and I really expect to see more from it, because especially since I'm a senior, and I'm probably not going to be for Iona unless I do grad school, which that is a possibility. But I definitely hope to see a lot more of him down the line, and I know Moat will definitely kill it. Next year too.
Absolutely. Well, Yalisso, thank you so much for joining us, and a huge congrats to you and Iona tonight, man. You guys really kicked some butt.
Thank you. Thank you.
And with that, folks, we are going to be throwing it to, once again, another break. We've got William and Mary going up against the University of South Alabama in just a couple of minutes. Use this little break, get some water, get a snack, do what you got to do. We'll come right back here for some more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in just a bit.